Oh,
Um, girl,
right.
hmm. I think Betty might have done a bit more housework than Coretta did. I'm not gonna lie. I think Coretta was bougie and she had people coming in and taking her stuff. Like I would.
Hi, I'm Stacey from the British Blacklist. Firstly, nice to meet you both. You both look beautiful.
Oh, thank
Absolutely
you.
stunning. Honestly, I'm loving it. Um, what's beautiful about your roles is that you're playing powerful women who are cemented in history. And as actresses playing two influential women in history, Coretta Scott King and Betty Shabazz, how did you approach capturing their essence? And was there any part of the characters that you found the most inspiring?
For me, I found a lot of relatability with Dr. Shabazz and her upbringing, right? She found early on that by putting herself in place of service, by making herself in as in use of service, that she found her place in being here, right? And I relate to that, right? If I can make myself useful, then I feel like I belong, right? And so that was a very early touchstone for me to connect with her in my research process that kind of helped me throughout the whole portrayal of Dr. Shabazz.
Yeah, beautifully. And what about yourself, Weruche?
What was the question again?
The question was kind of how did you approach
Okay.
capturing the essence of Coretta?
Okay, now the word you use, essence, is giving me life because I remember when I first started reading her autobiography, My Life, My Love, My Legacy, I was reading it and I all of a sudden felt like a burden because I was like, yo, this woman has been through so much and she's doing so much. And I remember I prayed and I said, Lord, I want the essence of Coretta. I do not want her burden.
Ooh.
Because I said, I cannot carry this load.
Right.
But I want an essence of her. And that kind of was always in my head. And I kind of like held on to that as well. I mean, there are many things, many parts of her being a woman of faith. I can relate to that. A performer. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. As a performer as well. There were so many little things that, I was able to hold on to. But I think having a lot of respect for her and trying to find the parts of her that I can understand. I mean, because we are playing our ideas of these iconic women. We could not be them. And so I think it was interesting and quite useful to learn as much as we could about them, but also give our own ideas of how we think they would be in these moments as they carried on in their lives.
Yeah, and such incredible portrayal as well. And if Coretta and Betty were to swap roles with each other for the day, what do you think they'd find the most surprising about each other's lives?
Oh.
Girl,
Right.
I think Betty might have done a bit more housework than Coretta did. I'm not gonna lie. I think Coretta was bougie and she had people coming in and taking her stuff. Like I would. So I think she'd be like, darling, my nails.
I genuinely, like, I'm trying to go, I don't.
I hope that wasn't bad what I said, yo.
No, you're good.
No, it was good.
What would you find?
What do you think would like shock you about maybe like shock Betty about the way that Coretta was living, knowing like what you had to learn about Betty as well?
I actually don't know how shocked she'd be. That's the thing. That's why I'm having such a hard time with this question because after these men passed, right, were taken from them, there was a sisterhood between Betty and Coretta that could not be understood except by anybody else except for Myrlie Evers, right? The three of them had a unique bond and a deep intrinsic understanding of what it meant to sacrifice what they sacrificed and to serve alongside these men. So that's why I don't know what she'd be surprised by, because I think, and you see in the show, they're living similar lives. They're having a conversation with each other throughout time and history. And so there is a deep understanding there.
Yeah.
I can tell you something mundane. Betty only had girls.
Okay, there we go.
Coretta had boys.
There we go.
Little boys are messy.
There we go. There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you both so much for your time, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day.
Yes, thank you.